072.
Range
300.
from Bloodhound.
Roger, Bloodhound. Continue to evaluate your contact and attack if warranted.
Roger. Evaluate and prosecute. Bloodhound out.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 070. Range 2,900 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 070. Range 2,800 yards. Bearing steady.
Lookouts. Anything at 070. I see nothing. Bearing 070.
Contact. Able. Coming in much more strongly. I evaluate as a definite contact.
Captain I.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 068. Range 2,700 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Officer of the deck, set general quarters.
Set general quarters. Aye. General quarters. General quarters. All hands man your battle stations. Set conditions zebra throughout the ship.
Stern depth charge detail manned and ready. Main battery ports manned and ready. Engineering officer of the watch
All engines
reports
ahead
engineering
standard.
manned and ready. Zebra set. 4 boilers online. Max speed 32 knots. Electric plant split. All fire pumps online.
Very well. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 065. Range 2,600 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 062. Range 2,400 yards. Estimated depth shallow. New course 062. Course 062. Aye, sir.
Sonar. Combat. Investigate arc. 01.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 0.
59. Range 2,100 yards. Bearing steady. Combat sonar. Investigating arc 036 through 126. Sonar I. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 057. Range 1,800 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 055. Range 1,400 yards. Bearing steady.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 052. Range 1,100 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 047. Range 800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 046. Range 700 yards. Bearing steady.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 038. Range 500 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 036. Range 400 yards. Bearings drifting left. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 025. Range 300 yards.
Wake on right cut.
025. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 006. Range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 357. Range 100 yards. Very strong propeller noise.
5-7. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Ladder 1. 357.
Last range, 100 yards. Player 2. Player 3.
Oh, rosado el cuidado. Bien, bien, rosado. Daño leve. Bien. Oh, eso va bien. Eso va bien. Oh, daño crítico. Bien, 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 bien.
8, 0.
Bien, bien, bien.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Bien, bien, bien. Estamos bien.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 080. Range 3,100 yards.
Bridge combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 080. Range 3,100 yards. I designate contact Baker. Time 16:57.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to assigned station.
Roger. Antler maneuvering to assigned station.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Take new station in convoy screen.
Roger. Mountie taking station.
All escorts. Contact Able has most likely been sunk by Bloodhound. Well done.
Hundido. Hundido. Hundido por Bloodhound.
Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 08721777. Active search. 087 through 177. Aye, sir. Lost contact. Baker, last bearing, 094. Last range,
New course.
1,400 yards.
4.
Course, 094. Grid, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing, 121. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
New course. 121.
Course, 121. Aye, sir.
Ahí va el culiao.
Hard right rudder. Hard right rudder. Aye, sir. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. Steady combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 147. Range 300 yards.
Pura, 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 pura.
Player 1.
No, esto no creo. Bueno, nomás.
Player 2. Combat sonar.
Oh, mira, iba
contact.
pasando justo
Baker.
por ahí.
Now bears. Player 361. Range 100 yards.
Un poquito
Bearings
más
drifting
adelante
right.
era. Un poco más adelante.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Last bearing 161. Last range 100 yards.
Un poco más adelante. Hijo de madre.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 192. Range 7,400 yards.
Bridge, combat. New surface contact.
From radar. Bearing 192. Range 7,400 yards. I designate contact Charlie. Time 17-1.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Mountie engaging. Hard right rudder. Hard right rudder. Aye, sir. Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Active search. 2, 2, 2, through 3.
1, 2. Aye, sir. Sonar, this is the captain. Investigate arc. 3, 0, 5, 2, 0, 3, 5.
Investigating arc. 3, 0, 5 through 0, 3, 5. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Baker, bearing 3, 5, 1. Range 900 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 3, 5, 1. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 3, 5, 9. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar.
Regain contact.
Baker. Bearing 0, 0, 0. Range 500 yards.
Ready depth charges. Medium pattern.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 3, 5, 3. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth medium.
5, 3. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Last bearing 3, 5, 3. Last range 100 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 2, 1, 6. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
1, 6. Aye, sir. Fire 1.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 2, 1, 8, 9. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 1. Fire 3. 9. Aye, sir. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 1, 6, 8. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
8. Aye, sir. All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead 2/3. Aye, sir.
Ready depth charges. Deep pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 1, 4, 0. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
1, 4, 0. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 1, 2, 2. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
New course. 1, 2, 2. Course 1, 2, 2. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 1, 2, 2. Range from Bloodhound.
Fire 1. Fire 2. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Fire 3.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 2, 9, 0. range 200 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 292, range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
9-2, aye, sir.
Rosada.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 301, range 900 yards from Bloodhound.
Lost contact. Charlie, last bearing 218. Last range 4,900 yards.
All Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 318, range 900 yards from Bloodhound.
Aye, sir.
Ready depth charges. Deep pattern. Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 146. Range 5,200 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 321, range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, combat.
New surface contact from radar. Bearing 146. Range 5,200 yards. I designate contact dog. Time 17:8.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 216. Range 5,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Baker, last note at bearing 319, range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Dog.
Roger. Antler engaging contact. Dog.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support. Over convoy. ETA 60 minutes.
Sonar combat. Investigate arc 236 through 326.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc. 236 through 32. Combat sonar. Regain contact.
Baker, bearing 273, range 200 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a death charge attack on contact. Charlie. Unknown results.
Combat sonar, contact. Baker, now bears 210, range 200 yards. Wake on right cut. Combat sonar, contact. Baker, now bears 180, range 300 yards.
Bearings drifting left. 0. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 207. Range 5,500 yards from Bloodhound. Combat sonar, contact. Baker, now bears 165. Range 500 yards. Bearings drifting left. New course 165. Course 165. Aye, sir.
1, 4, 5, range 400 yards. Weak propeller noise.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Oil slick, bearing 2, 3, 1.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 1, 1, 9. Range 300 yards. Strong propeller noise.
9. Aye, sir.
New course 1, 0, 0.
Course 1, 0, 0.
Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 0, 7, 2. Range 100 yards. Bearings drifting left. Fire 1.
Lost contact. Dog. Last 2, 1, 6, 1. Last range 4,900 yards.
3. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 3, 1, 6. Range 200 yards. Wake on right cut.
Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Last bearing 3, 1, 6. Last range 200 yards.
Sonar. This is the cap. Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler regained contact. Dog. Bearing 1, 7, 0. Range 5,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained contact. Charlie, bearing 2, 1, 7. Range 5,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Investigating arc 2, 6, 3. Through 3, 5, 3. Aye, sir. New course 3, 0, 0. Course 3, 0, 0. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler lost contact. Dog. Last known at bearing 180. Range 4,900 yards from Bloodhound. Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 147. Range 6,400 yards.
Bridge, combat.
New surface contact from radar. Bearing 147. Range.
Puta, la gata
400
culiada,
yards.
está
I
adentro,
designate
weón.
contact. Easy. Time.
culiada, weón.
17, 14.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 2, 2. 0. Range 5,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Dog. Unknown results.
Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder. Aye, sir.
Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a death charge attack on contact. Charlie. Debris sighted.
Sonar. This is the captain. Investigate ARC 001 2091. Investigating ARC 001 through 091. Aye, sir. Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder. Aye, sir.
Sonar, combat. Investigate ARC 140 through 230.
Investigating ARC 131 through 221.
Aye, sir. Ships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Sonar. This is the captain. Perform active search. 0862266. Active search 086 through 266. Aye, sir. All engines ahead, 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Surface radar has regained contact. Baker, bearing 269er. Range 1,300 yards.
Stand by to fire.
Contact Baker now bears 270. Range 1,300 yards.
Start tracking contact. Target acquired. On target.
1/3.
All engines ahead, 1/3.
Fire.
Aye, sir.
On target. Target. Fire. 269. Range 1,300 yards. Fire.
Contact Baker now bears 269er. Range 1,300 yards.
Fire. Fire. On target. Target bearing. Fire. 6. On target. On target. 1,200 yards. Fire. On target.
Contact Baker now bears
Fire.
265.
On target.
Range 1,100 yards.
Fire. On target.
Bien.
Target bearing 265. Range 1,100.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing
Uh-oh.
248.
Lost contact. Baker, last bearing 265. Last range
Ya la
1,000
pegaron.
yards.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 231.
Bridge, port lookout, merchant ship, CBDR, bearing 202. Range closing quickly. I say again,
¿Viste?
CBDR.
Ya,
Lost
alcanzó a tirar el
contact.
torpedo al
Easy.
maricón.
Last bearing 167. Last range 4,400 yards. Surface radar has a new
Ay,
contact.
Dios mío.
Bearing 1 forward
A ver.
1. Range 7,800 yards.
Lady Macbeth has been torpedoed and is taking on water.
Bridge, combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 141. Range 7,800 yards. I designate contact Fox. Time 17:20.
We've lost Lady Macbeth. All ships maneuver to avoid.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Take new station in convoy screen.
Roger. Antler taking station.
All escorts. Contact Baker has most likely been sunk by Bloodhound. Congratulations to your crew. Antler, this is Bloodhound. Attack your contact.
Acknowledged. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Dog, bearing 180. Range 3,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Dog. Bearing 181. Range 3,500 yards.
African treasure is sinking.
Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder.
Bridge, port lookout, merchant ship, CBDR, bearing 162. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 222. Range 3,400 yards from Bloodhound.
We've lost African treasure. All ships maneuver to avoid.
Surface radar has regained contact. Easy. Bearing 159er. Range 3,500 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 180. Range 2,800 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Take new station in convoy screen.
Roger. Antler taking station.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Attack your contact.
Acknowledged.
Contact. Easy. Now bears 1. Bearing steady. 3,200 yards. Contact. Easy. Now bears 159er. Range 2,900 yards. Rudder 25 degrees right. Rudder 25 degrees right. Aye, sir. Bearing steady. Steady as she goes.
Aye. Steady on course.
Contact.
One.
Easy. Now bears 163. Range 2,500 yards. Lost contact. Easy. Last bearing 163. Last range 2,200 yards.
Bridge, port lookout, merchant ship, CBDR, bearing 146. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 236. Range 2,500 yards from Bloodhound.
Bearing steady.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Dog, unknown results.
Very strong propeller noise. Rudder 25 degrees left.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 245. Range 2,200 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie. Unknown results.
Contact decreasing depth. New course 163.
Course 163. Aye, sir.
Very strong propeller noise. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 2, 3, 1. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Dog. Last bearing 2, 6, 3. Last range 100 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Dog. Bearing 229. Range 100 yards. 3 from Bloodhound.
Bridge, port lookout. Merchant ship, CBDR. Bearing 1, 5, 4. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Dog. Bearing 343. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 155. Range 300 yards.
Bridge, port lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 3, 4, 5. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Easy. Last bearing 155. Last range 300 yards. Ready depth charges. Medium pattern. New course 155.
Course 155. Aye, sir.
All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Surface radar has a new contact. Bearing 050. Range 7,600 yards.
Combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 086. Range 1,000 yards.
Bridge, combat. New surface contact from radar. Bearing 050. Range 7,600 yards. I designate contact George. Time 17:26.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 076. Range 900 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 073. Range 900 yards. Wake on right cut.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 299. Range 2,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Dog. Bearing 345. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Dog. Last known at bearing 344. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 061. Range 500 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Dog. Unknown results.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 055. Range 400 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
Ready depth charges. Medium pattern.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 045. Range 200 yards. Strong propeller noise.
New course 045.
Course 045. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 005. Range 100 yards. Bearings drifting left.
5. Course 005. Aye, sir.
No, okay.
Ready depth charges. Medium pattern.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 266. Range 100 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Fire 1. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead, standard. Aye, sir.
Hard left rudder.
Hard left rudder.
2. sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now 3-2. Range 300 yards. Bearings drifting left. Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Nice.
Bloodhound, this is Antler.
Como el
Antler
culo.
regained contact. Dog, bearing 328. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound.
New course. 328. Course 328. Aye, sir. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. All engines ahead. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 176. Range 700 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 275. Range 2,300 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar.
Contact. Fox. Now bears 168. Range 900 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Dog, last known at bearing 002. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 158. Range 1,000 yards. Bearings drifting left.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 273. Range 1,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 148. Range 900 yards. Combat sonar. Contact.
Fox now bears 148. Range 900 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 147. Range 800 yards.
Bearing steady.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge.
Mississippi Delta has been torpedoed and is on fire.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 281. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie. Last known at bearing 282. Range 1,800 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound,
Combat sonar.
this is Mountie.
Contact.
Mountie
Fox
evading
now
depth
bears
charge attack on contact.
149. Range 600 yards.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 149. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 149. Range 600 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 149. Range 600 yards.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 149. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 149. Range 600 yards. Bearing steady.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 149. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 148. Range 500 yards. Contact increasing depth. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 145. Range 500 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Aye, sir. Ready depth charges. Medium pattern.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox now bears 140. Range 400 yards. Bearing steady.
0. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 3. Range 300 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 293. Range 2,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 2. Range 300 yards. Contact increasing depth.
All engines ahead, 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 106. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Dog, bearing 003. Range 1,500 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a death charge attack on contact. Charlie. Unknown results.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 011. Range 100 yards. Wake on right cut.
Course 0. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie. Last known at bearing 295. 2,300 yards from Bloodhound.
Fire 3. Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 308. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth medium. Hard left rudder.
Hard left rudder. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Dog, last known at bearing 349. Range 1,600 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Fox. Now bears 270. Range 200 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a death charge attack on contact. Charlie. Unknown results.
Sonar.
Combat sonar.
Lost contact. Fox. Last bearing 270. Last range 200 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Dog, bearing 349. Range 1,400 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar.
Regain contact. Dog. Bearing 351. Range 1,300 yards.
Surface radar has regained contact. Easy. Bearing 316. Range 2,500 yards. Lost contact. Easy. Last bearing 316. Last range 2,200 yards.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 002. Range 1,300 yards. Estimated depth medium. Investigating arc 1. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 009. Range 1,400 yards. Strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 015. Range 1,400 yards. Bearings drifting right.
Bridge, poor lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing
1-3. Appears to be periscope feather.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support. Over convoy. ETA. 30 minutes.
All in. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 022. Range 1,500 yards. Wake on left cut. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 032. Range 1,400 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Red Oak is sinking.
depth charges. Shallow pattern. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 0, 3, 7. Range 1,100 yards. Bearing steady.
7. Aye, sir.
Lost contact. George, last bearing 0, 4, 9er. Last range 3,600 yards.
We've lost Red Oak. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 0, 4, 1. Range 800 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Surface radar has regained contact. Fox, bearing 1, 5, 3. Range 1,300 yards. Lost contact. Easy. Last bearing 2, 9er, 3. Last range 1,300 yards.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 0, 4, 7. Range 600 yards. Wake on left cut.
0, 4, 7. Surface radar has regained contact. George, bearing 0, 5, 1. Range 3,000 yards.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 0, 5, 8. Range 400 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 0, 6, 1. Range 400 yards. Wake on left cut.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Dog. Unknown results.
All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 0, 7, 7. Range 200 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. All engines ahead. 1/3.
All engines ahead, 1/3. Aye, sir. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing 1, 0, 8. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 1, 0, 9. Range 100 yards. Contact decreasing depth. Combat sonar.
Contact. Dog. Now bears 1, 4, 0. Range 100 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Fire 2. Fire 3. Combat sonar. Contact.
Hijo de la perra,
Now
weón.
bears 1, 7, 2. Range 100 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Dog. Last bearing 1, 7, 2. Last range 100 yards. Combat sonar. Regain contact. Dog. Bearing 2, 5, 5. Range
100 yards. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Dog. Last bearing 2, 5, 5. Last range 100 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Dog. Bearing 2, 8, 7. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound. Antler reporting.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Antler engaging. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Dog. Last known at bearing 291. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Lost contact. George, last bearing 0, 5, 3. Last range 900 yards.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Easy. Bearing 2, 7, 0. Range 2,700 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. George, bearing 0, 3, 3. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, port lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 0, 3, 3. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 0, 3, 4. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Torpedo bearing constant. Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 262. Range 2,900 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Bridge, port lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 296.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. Grease right. Rudder 5. Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 258. Range 3,200 yards. Fire 1. Estimated depth medium. Ships. Rudder midship fire 2. Combat sonar. Fires contact. Easy. Last bearing 258. Last range 2,900 yards. Hard left rudder.
Hard left rudder. Aye, sir.
Bridge, port lookout. Oil slick. Bearing 235.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. George, last known at bearing 231. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Course 231. Aye, sir.
Sonar, combat. Investigate arc 138 through 318.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc 138 through 318. Sonar eye.
All escorts, contact George has most likely been sunk by a bloodhound. Good job. Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to assigned station.
Roger. Antler maneuvering to assigned station.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage contact. Easy.
Roger. Antler engaging contact. Easy.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Easy. Bearing 245. Range 2,800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 245. Range 2,500
yards. Estimated depth medium.
Sonar. This is the captain. Investigate arc 07.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact Charlie. Bearing 235. Range 2,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Investigating arc 074.
Surface radar has regained contact. Dog, bearing 205. Range 600 yards.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 206. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Lost contact. Dog, last bearing 212. Last range 500 yards.
Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears
Fire.
251. Range 2,300 yards. Estimated depth medium.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 237. Appears to be. Periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 258. Range 2,400 yards. Wake on left cut.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made made a depth charge attack on contact. Easy. Unknown results.
Stand by to fire. Target bearing 136. Range 4,700 yards.
Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 265. Range 2,400 yards. Very strong propeller noise. New course. 129. Course 129. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 256. Range 2,400 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 272. Range 2,300 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears 278. Range 2,400 yards. Estimated depth shallow.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
Combat sonar. Contact. Easy. Now bears
281. Range 2,700 yards. Contact decreasing depth.
Contact Fox now bears 114. Range 3,900 yards.
114. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Easy. Last bearing 281. Last range 2,400 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 284. Range 2,900 yards from Bloodhound. Sonar combat. Investigate arc 0. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 285. Range 3,200 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 285. Range 3,300 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Easy. Bearing 285. Range 3,300 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 285. Range 3,300 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc 05.
Surface radar has regained contact. Dog, bearing 302. Range 2,200 yards.
New course.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Easy. Unknown results.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained contact. Charlie, bearing 277. Range 4,300 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire. Target bearing 146. Range 1,500 yards. Fire. Fire.
All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead.
Fire.
2/3. Aye, sir.
On target. Target bearing 055. Range 1,700 yards.
Bloodhound,
Fire.
this is Black. Air support over convoy.
Bridge, starboard lookout.
Fire.
Merchant ship, CBDR. Bearing 325.
Fire.
Range quickly. I say again, CBDR.
On target.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Easy.
Fire.
Bearing 287. Range 4,800 yards from Bloodhound.
On target.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 287. range 4,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Target bearing 053, range 1,000.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 278, range 4,900 yards from Bloodhound.
Lost contact. Fox, last bearing 066. Last range 1,500 yards.
Starboard lookout. Merchant ship CBDR. Bearing 077. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 3162136. Active search. 316 through 136. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack.
Bridge,
on contact.
port lookout.
Easy.
Merchant ship,
Acting.
CBDR. Bearing
Contact right.
023. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
Hard left rudder.
Hard left rudder. Aye, sir.
Steady as she goes.
Aye. Steady on course 073.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Easy. Bearing 278. Range 6,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Ahead, 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir. Bridge, starboard lookout. Merchant ship CBDR. Bearing 282. Range closing quickly. I say again, CBDR.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 277. Range 6,200 yards from Bloodhound.
Hard left rudder.
Hard left rudder. Aye, sir.
Steady as she goes.
Aye. Steady on course 048.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 275. Range 6,300 yards from Bloodhound.
Stand by to fire.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Easy. Bearing 272. Range 6,500 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained contact. Charlie, bearing 266. Range 6,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Easy. Unknown results. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 268. Range 6,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 2792099. Active search. 279 through 099. Aye, sir. 5.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 266. Range 7,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 261. Range 7,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 263. Range 7,000 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 260. Range 6,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie, unknown results.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 258. Range 6,500 yards from Bloodhound.
Sonar, combat. Investigate arc. 1, 4, 5. Through 3, 2, 5.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc. 1, 4, 5. Through 3, 2, 5. Sonar eye.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 254. Range 6,300 yards from Bloodhound.
New course. 2.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 251. Range 6,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Surface radar has regained contact. Fox, bearing 215. Range 1,900 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 250. Range 5,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Rudder 20.
Stand by to fire.
Rudder 20 degrees right.
Start tracking contact. Target acquired. Fire. On target. Fire. On target.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has
Fire.
sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 251. Range 5,400 yards from Bloodhound.
On target.
Lost contact. Fox, last bearing 214. Last range 1,700 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 250. Range 5,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Lost contact. Dog, last bearing 194. Last range 4,000 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Easy. Bearing 253. Range 4,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to new station.
Roger. Antler maneuvering to new station. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 255. Range 4,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, this is Bloodhound.
Combat
Maneuver to
sonar.
assigned
Regain
station.
contact. Dog, bearing 173. Range 3,100 yards.
Roger. Antler maneuvering to assigned station.
All escorts. Contact Fox has most likely been sunk by a Bloodhound. Good job. Antler, this is Bloodhound. Proceed to engage.
Roger. Antler engaging.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 171. Range 2,700 yards. Surface radar has regained contact. Dog. Bearing 171. Range 2,600 yards. Contact. Dog. Now bears 170. Range 2,400 yards.
Stand by to fire. Fire. Target bearing. 169. Range. On target. 2,400. Fire. Fire. Fire.
Contact. Dog. Now bears
Fire.
166. Range 1,900 yards. Lost contact. Dog. Last bearing 168. Last range 1,700 yards. Combat sonar. Regain contact. Dog. Bearing 172. Range 1,800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 176. Range 1,600 yards. Contact increasing depth.
7-6. Aye, sir.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Stand by to fire.
Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 175. Range 1,300 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Dog. Now bears 175. Range 1,300 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Easy. Bearing 271. Range 4,700 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 273. Range 4,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Sounds of torpedo tube outer doors opening. Torpedo in the water.
Surface radar has regained contact. Dog, bearing 171. Range 900 yards. Lost contact. Dog, last bearing 171. Last range 900 yards.
Bridge, 4 lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 166. Appears to be.
Periscope feather.
Mohawk and Hudson has been torpedoed and is on fire.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Easy. Unknown results.
All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
We've lost Mohawk and Hudson. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Fire 2. Fire 3. Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 2762096. Active search 276 through 096. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler regained contact. Easy. Bearing 288. Range 4,900 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained contact. Charlie, bearing 287. Range 4,700 yards from Bloodhound.
Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder. Aye, sir.
Steady as she goes.
Aye. Steady on course 248.
New course 310.
Course 310. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Easy. Last known at bearing 293. Range 4,400 yards from Bloodhound.
New course 030.
Course 030. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Charlie, last known at bearing 289. Range 3,800 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Dog. Bearing 5, 6, range 1,300 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler made a depth charge attack on contact. Easy. Unknown results.
Surface radar has regained contact. Dog, bearing 062. Range 1,300 yards.
Sounds of torpedo tube outer doors opening. Torpedo in the water.
Contact. Dog now bears 063. Range 1,300 yards.
Stand by to fire.
Contact.
Fire.
Dog now bears 064. Range 1,200
On target.
yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie.
Fire.
Mountie made a depth charge attack on contact. Charlie,
Fire.
unknown results.
Fire.
Steady as she goes.
On target. Fire.
Bloodhound, this is Black
Fire.
Cat.
On target.
Subtype.
On target.
West 3 mile from
Fire.
Convoy.
Target. 067. Range 1,200. Fire. On target.
Dog now bears 070. Range 1,100 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Black Cat. Air support on station.
Lost contact. Dog last bearing 070. Last range 1,000 yards.
Sonar, combat. Investigate arc 026 through 206.
Combats